It's amazing to witness just how much momentum this space has gained. Fireblocks now boasts a team of more than 750 employees and serves over 2,000 institutional clients.
Wow.
They're collaborating with some of the biggest names in the industry. Think Bank of New York, Revolut, Robinhood. The scale of their growth is undeniable. Now here's a fun fact. One of the two institutions I personally trust to store my crypto is Caleb and Brownand. Guess what? They rely on Fireblocks too. I mean, if it's secure enough for Bank of New York, I feel pretty confident using it myself. At Caleb and Brown, you're getting top-tier, institutional-level custody at no cost. You'll have a dedicated rep you can actually speak to whether over the phone or through email. And just as crucial, you'll have access to over-the-counter style liquidity. So when you're ready to take profits and enjoy life, they've got you covered. Want to check it out? Just head to xrpwealth589.committal, take you straight to my Caleb and Brown landing page. From there, you can click sign up today if you're ready to get started. The market's feeling a bit dull right now. Prices are sliding. And XRP is hanging around $3.10. Nothing too exciting there. But here's something worth paying attention to. Tomorrow at 2:30 p.m., Jerome Powell is going live with the FOMC press conference. Now imagine this. What if the Fed hints at lowering interest rates and on the same day, the long-awaited crypto report from Trump's executive order drops? Even crazier, what if that report includes a positive mention of XRP? Meanwhile, the SEC just pushed back their decision on Grayscale's Solana ETF, with the new target date set for October 10th right around when major infrastructure legislation is expected to move forward. You've got to wonder, is that just a coincidence? Or is there a strategy behind the timing? Take this insight from Smoke. Over 100 banks are already testing XRP through Ripple's ecosystem. We're talking about giants like Santander, Bank of America, and Standard Chartered. Some of the most powerful financial institutions in the world are experimenting with XRP behind the scenes. Then there's this update from Mark Fogel, a former SEC official who often aligns with the agency's more aggressive stance. He chimed in about the Ripple case. There's talk about an August 15th deadline. Not a firm requirement to file dismissal papers, but likely the date when both sides will report on the status of any appeals. Oh, and don't forget Sal Gilberti's behind the XXRP ETF. It's not a spot ETF, but it's still a strong indicator of institutional interest in XRP. Recently, Sal Gilberti made the media rounds, including a stop on CNBC. He's the guy behind one very specific product hits tied directly to XRP, and for someone who spent years focused on commodities, launching an ETF based on XRP is an interesting pivot. He explained that since his firm Cream typically works with derivatives-based products, the leap into crypto came naturally. They'd originally filed for a Bitcoin ETF, but due to some regulatory changes, their application got caught between different legal frameworks, the 33 Act and the 40 Act. The 33 Act process drags out for about 270 days, while the 40 Act only takes 75. Because of the timing, they missed the chance to be first in the crypto derivatives ETF race. Being familiar with and supportive of XRP, Sal saw an opportunity. While you still can't launch a traditional ETF that holds XRP directly, derivatives based on XRP did become available. So, they found a way to bundle those into a double-leveraged ETF, and that's how XXRP was born. This product isn't for the average investor. It's built for active traders looking for daily movement and high risk, high reward. It's not a buy and hold vehicle, and according to Sal, the demand has been strong. The fund sees significant trading volume and has attracted good capital flows, especially over the last 4 months. In another clip, Sal talks about the overwhelming interest in XRP. He gives a nod to the XRP army, saying he now understands where the name comes from. Since launch, XXRP has brought in hundreds of millions in assets, becoming their most successful ETFs ever. It's pretty remarkable considering Cream has been in business for 16 years. When asked how a commodities-focused company shifted into crypto, Sal said they had always had an eye on digital assets. After filing for Bitcoin and watching the crypto space evolve, he jumped on the XRP derivatives opportunity. The goal was to give investors exposure with leverage, something they clearly wanted. Plus, the ticker XXRP. Total win. Looking ahead, Sal was asked if we'll see more crypto ETF activity beyond Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. His view: the real opportunity lies in understanding how crypto and blockchain tech are reshaping industries, just like the internet did in the 1990s. The real wealth, he says, will come from investing in the companies that integrate blockchain successfully, not necessarily just betting on the next hot coin. He believes there's absolutely going to be an ETF boom tied to these blockchain-based companies. See change coming, he said, and honestly, that's a thumbnail quote right there. Now, switching gears, let's talk price.
I'm 42.
Crypto Insight UK XRP looks incredibly bullish on the weekly chart. He says XRP is possibly even leading Ethereum in this cycle. The price is broken above recent highs, held that level as support, and closed strong weekly candles. If that structure holds, the next leg up could be explosive. He's targeting $8 to $15 per XRP. People may call him crazy or label him a moon boy, but he doesn't care. He believes a major move is coming, and he's doubling down on that message. In his view, the whole crypto market is poised to rally from here. Bitcoin might see gains of 40% to 150%, but the real action will be in altcoins. That's where the biggest upside is. So Paul Barron just dropped a segment about Jamie Dimon and how he's playing defense, delaying the inevitable. And at the center of all this, Ripple's recent move to apply for a banking license. The moment that hit the radar, the bank policy, Institute BPI jumped in. For context, the BPI is a lobbying powerhouse that represents 42 of the biggest banks in the country, and they weren't exactly thrilled. They issued a formal response centered around an important date August 4th. According to them, the deadline to review Ripple's application was just too tight. They argued that Ripple's proposal involves novel activities that raise significant legal and policy questions, and therefore, more time is needed to properly evaluate the situation. Translation: they're stalling. It gets even more revealing. Further down in their statement, they claim Ripple's application is too vague and doesn't offer enough clarity about its operations for the public to assess the risks and implications. Let's be real. This is what Paul calls an OS moment for the traditional banking sector. Why? Because when you peel back the layers and look at who's behind the BPI, that's Jamie Dimon. Yep, the same Jamie Dimon who's been one of crypto's biggest critics. This entire response is a tactical delay stall. Deflect, defend, call it what you want. Same playbook the SEC ran with their lawsuit against Ripple, but here's the kicker. The OCC is expected to approve Ripple's license. It's not a matter of if, but when. Paul hints that this could be timed around January 1st, possibly even sooner. And if that timeline holds, what we're likely about to witness is the official launch of Ripple's banking infrastructure. Yeah, you heard that right. Ripple is a bank. And look who's back, our favorite crypto philosopher, Joseph Lubin. Honestly, I've missed this guy. He always drops the most quotable moments in all of crypto. Recently, Tom Lee appeared on CoinDesk and tossed out some bold numbers. He sees Ethereum potentially hitting $10,000 to $15,000 by year's end. Wild, maybe? But honestly, not impossible. Lubin weighed in with a bigger vision. He thinks we're not just talking price pumps here, but orders of magnitude in growth for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Here's why. Stablecoins are scaling fast. Treasury-backed companies are building real infrastructure. We're witnessing the bridge being built between TradFi, traditional finance, and DeFi, decentralized finance in real time. Wall Street's watching. They've seen Michael Saylor stack Bitcoin and profit consistently. Now they're watching other serious players do the same with crypto strategies that actually work. So what happens next? Wall Street's going to have to understand how Ethereum, Bitcoin, and DeFi actually function. And once that floodgate opens, Wall Street buys in Main Street won't be far behind. Okay, perfect spot to pause. Always good catching up with Lubin the legend. Now let's shift gears real quick. Head over to diexrp.com if you want to dig deeper. That'll take you straight to the Patreon. If you prefer YouTube, just hit that join button below this video. You can also subscribe on X, formerly Twitter. Every now and then, I like to show what I call my crypto friend list. It's basically my watch list, the projects I keep a close eye on. Quick story. When I was in Montana recently, a buddy of mine asked about crypto, and I texted him a screenshot of this list. Right now, I personally only hold XRP, but most of the names on that list, they're deeply tied to real-world tokenization, government involvement, major VCS, Ivy League brains, and serious long-term plays. You won't find any cartoon monkeys on my list. I don't dabble in meme NFTs. I keep it high conviction, utility-focused, and big picture. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just entertainment and perspective. Smash that like button, share with your friends and fam, and let's keep building. Let's roll.